Okay, you're recording the session.
Yes.
Okay.
Ritu, you're there? Yeah.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, Ritu. It's audible.
Yeah. Okay. It's audible to everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
it's audible.
Okay. So, hello everyone. I am Ritu, and very brief, as Kiran has already introduced me, that I have completed my MPhil from University of Delhi, and I have worked on Dalit community, who is Dome. So today, here we are joined for a meeting and for a session on Savitribai Phule. So this is the first time I have invited for a public speaking, uh, and uh, uh, and especially on Savitribai Phule. So if any there is a mistake, please pardon me and correct me also. So I'm starting my session with a brief introduction of Savitribai Phule, and as the topic says that how youth can take legacy of the Savitribai Phule. So I am giving the brief introduction of Savitribai Phule, that she was born on 3rd January 1831, and she was a social reformer, poet, writer, thinker, and we can say a social revolutionary and modern, one of the, not one of the, but the first feminist of the 19th century. So should I start? Should I speak in just in English, or should I go bilingual so that every can understand?
Yeah, floor is open for any language, any.
No,
But yeah, you can use bilingual.
yeah, so that every can when. So I'm starting my session that Savi, as Kiran has already had neglecting the contribution of Jyotirao Phule and Savitribai Phule, and especially the why Savitribai Phule matters to us, especially for low caste and women, because she was the pioneer. She was pioneer who debackled the caste and patriarchy, and who had seen the caste and patriarchy together. And for the first time, today we are talking about upper caste feminism, and why lower caste women are not represented enough in 21st century. But in 19th century, she got this idea that lower there is a hardly any representation of lower caste women in the society, and how caste and patriarchy are interlinked. So she had joined this term in 200 years back, 200 years back, but unfortunately her legacy is ignored, and it is not highlighted by the government and various intellectuals also in the history books also. Whatever we have seen, that there's a mere mention of Savitribai Phule, and we know her just as a GK question, that who is the first Indian female teacher, and she is Savitribai Phule. So she has become just a GK question for us, but we had ignored her contribution. And she has done lots of work in Marathi. She has written Marathi poems, and she has written 2 books. And in 19th century, for a lower caste female, it's a very big thing to write 2 books and a number of poems. And she has also edited the speech of her speeches and Jyotirao's speeches, in speeches. And so the government and everyone has ignored her academic contribution and the social contribution she has given to the society. Coming from the main point, that what youth can take from her. So what I have analyzed, that in today's time, in I'm sharing my personal experience, that it is लाइक मुझे बहुत अफसोस होता है कि मैं सावित्रीबाई फुले को बहुत लेट जानी, बिकॉज बचपन से हम गांधी जी को, नेहरू जी को, अंबेडकर जी को भी बहुत हद तक हम जानते हैं, लेकिन एक हमारे बीच में महिला भी इतना ज्यादा उन्होंने कंट्रीब्यूशन दिया, उन्होंने बहुत सारे विडो औरतों के लिए, यंग गर्ल्स के लिए बहुत सारे वर्क किए हैं और उनके हेल्थ का ध्यान रखा, उनके सोशल स्टेटस का ध्यान रखा और सारी महिलाओं को एक पब्लिक रोल प्रोवाइड किया। लेकिन उन सारे कंट्रीब्यूशन को इग्नोर किया जाता है, उनको टेक्स्ट बुक का पार्ट नहीं बनाया जाता है और बचपन से हमें सावित्रीबाई फूले का एग्जाम्पल नहीं दिया जाता है। हेलो, एम आई ऑडिबल?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes, you are audible.
So I am not comparing here with any of the leader to Savitribai Phule, because our main aim is not to compare with other leaders, but I am just stating as an example. Like from childhood, we have been always said in the proverbs. हमारे proverbs में हमेशा झांसी की रानी को include किया जाता है कि what do you want? You want to become like झांसी की रानी. But why not Savitribai Phule is included in our proverb? Because ये हमारे ब्राह्मणिकल सोसाइटी का माइंडसेट है कि लोअर कास्ट वुमेन के कंट्रीब्यूशन को हमेशा ही दबाया गया है, उनको कभी भी हाईलाइट नहीं किया गया है और वो इसीलिए हमारे बीच में वो हाउस होल्ड नेम नहीं बन पाई है और वो हिस्ट्री में उनको लगातार इग्नोर किया जाता रहा है। और आज ही उनके बर्थ एनिवर्सरी के दिन ही देख लीजिए, गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से वेदर इट्स वी आर नॉट क्रिटिसाइजिंग ओनली दिस गवर्नमेंट, मतलब इसके पहले भी जो गवर्नमेंट थी उन्होंने भी सावित्रीबाई फूले के वर्क को इग्नोर किया है और उनके कंट्रीब्यूशन के लिए ना ही कोई एक बहुत ही अच्छी किताब हमारी बुक में आ पाई है, ना ही उनके लिए कोई पब्लिक इवेंट ऑर्गेनाइज किया गया है और ना ही लो कास्ट को, और वो बस लो कास्ट और महिलाओं की ही बस लीडर नहीं थी, वो सबके लिए लीडर थी। लेकिन अगर ऑन अ पॉजिटिव नोट लो कास्ट और बहुजन विमेन उनको अपना नेता माने, उनको अपना लीडर माने तो वो बहुत ही अच्छा रहेगा, क्योंकि वो हमारे लिए एक टॉर्च बियरर साबित हो सकती हैं। उन्होंने बहुत सारी पोएम्स लिखी हैं जिसमें उन्होंने ये मैसेज दिया है कि लर्न इंग्लिश एंड इंग्लिश विल हेल्प इन द एनिहिलेशन ऑफ कास्ट। उन्होंने ये भी मैसेज दिया है कि आप बहुत सारे पढ़िए, अच्छा काम कीजिए। और एक और हमें आज मैं उनके बारे में जब पढ़ रही थी तो मुझे बहुत सारे इंसिडेंट्स पता चले और बहुत सारे मेरे इतने दिनों की रिसर्च में ये पता चला कि सावित्रीबाई फूले जब स्कूल में पढ़ाने जाती थी तो ये बात आई थिंक सबको पता होगा कि वो 2 साड़ी कैरी करके लेके जाती थी, क्योंकि उनपे स्टोन फेंका जाता था, उनपे गोबर फेंका जाता था, बिकॉज वो उस टाइम के सोशल बैरियर्स को वो तोड़ रही थी और वो विमेन को एजुकेट कर रही थी और दैट टू अनटचेबल विमेन। तो वो उस समय के लिए और आज के लिए भी बहुत ही रिवॉल्यूशनरी वर्क है। बीइंग एन ओबीसी विमेन, मुझे अपनी 21st सेंचुरी में वॉइस रखने के लिए, अपने राइट्स को लेने के लिए बहुत सारी मेहनत करनी पड़ती है और बहुत सारे स्ट्रगल करने पड़ते हैं। बट आज से लगभग 200 साल पहले किसी भी महिला के लिए सोशल बैरियर को तोड़ना, जहां पर महिलाओं का पब्लिक रोल एकदम नेग्लिजिबल था, उनका कोई भी पब्लिक रोल नहीं था उस समय, उनके लिए विडो होम बनाना, केयर सेंटर बनाना और उन सारी महिलाओं को एजुकेट करना, उनको वर्क प्रोवाइड करना बहुत ही रिवॉल्यूशनरी स्टेप है। तो हमें ऐसा लगता है कि हम सारे बहुजन्स के लिए और स्पेशली ओबीसीज के लिए सावित्रीबाई फूले इज अ मदर ऑफ इंडियन रेनेसांस, बिकॉज उन्होंने जो रैशनलिज्म अपने थॉट, अपने पोएम्स के थ्रू, अपने बुक्स के थ्रू जो रैशनलिज्म और एजुकेशन के ऊपर बात की है, महिलाओं के प्रोग्रेस के ऊपर बात की है, वो एक किसी भी रेनेसांस से कम नहीं था। तो इसलिए ये बिल्कुल भी कहना अतिशयोक्ति नहीं होगा कि वो मदर ऑफ इंडियन रेनेसांस नहीं थी। और इस तरह से हम उनके कंट्रीब्यूशन को याद करते हैं। और एक और उनके बारे में बात ये है कि उनको हिस्ट्री राइटिंग में कहीं कहीं उनका अगर मेंशन भी किया गया है तो शी हैज बीन मेंशन्ड लाइक वाइफ ऑफ ज्योतिराव फूले, लेकिन ये कहना बिल्कुल भी गलत है दैट शी इज नॉट जस्ट वाइफ ऑफ ज्योतिराव फूले। उनकी एक अपनी इंडिविजुअल आइडेंटिटी थी और उन्होंने उस आइडेंटिटी को पूरा ही सार्थक किया है। उन्होंने बाल हत्या एक सामाजिक संस्था का आयोजन किया और सत्यशोधक समाज की वो टॉप लीडर थी। उन्होंने रेप विक्टिम्स थी जिनके जो सो कॉल्ड इलीगल चाइल्ड होते थे, उन सारे चाइल्ड को ऑर्फनेज और उन सारे चाइल्ड को उन्होंने नरिश किया है। और क्या कहते हैं, बहुत सारी अनटचेबल विमेन थी जिनको सेक्सुअल एक्सप्लॉइटेशन का शिकार होती थी, उनको उन्होंने जॉब प्रोवाइड किया है। और उन्होंने अपने घर में वेल बनवाया ताकि अनटचेबल्स उनके घर से पानी ले जा सके। तो ये सारे कंट्रीब्यूशन को हम भूलना तो दूर की बात है, वो कंट्रीब्यूशन आज हमारे बीच में है ही नहीं। तो उन सारे कंट्रीब्यूशन को कंपाइल करना बहुत जरूरी है, आज की यंग जनरेशन को बताना बहुत जरूरी है, स्पेशली विमेन को, कि आज से 200 साल पहले जब औरतों का बाहर निकलना बहुत ही मुश्किल था, उस समय वो औरत बाहर निकल के सबको पढ़ा रही थी और लोगों को डट के जवाब दे रही थी कि आई एम डूइंग द राइट वर्क। तो आज हम 200 साल बाद क्यों नहीं पब्लिक रोल अपना एक बना सकते हैं। आज ओबीसी विमेन का अगर हम परसेंटेज देखते हैं तो मोर और लेस वी आर 25% ऑफ द होल पॉपुलेशन, बट स्टिल हमारे बीच में कोई सावित्रीबाई फूले जैसा महान क्यों नहीं बन पाता, क्योंकि आज भी हमारे बीच में वो सोशल बैरियर्स हैं। तो हमें सावित्रीबाई फूले से सीखने की जरूरत है कि वो सारे सोशल बैरियर्स को तोड़े और उनके रास्ते पर चले। और आई थिंक ये पूरा हमारे लिए मेरा ये बात बस काफी है। और एक दो बात उनके बारे में और मैं कहना चाहती हूँ कि आज जब हम स्ट्राइक करते हैं तो हमें कितनी मुश्किलें आती हैं। बीइंग एन ओबीसी विमेन, अगर मैं किसी के लिए कोई आंदोलन अकेले खड़ा करती हूँ तो मुझे काफी ऑब्स्टेकल्स आज भी झेलने पड़ते हैं। लेकिन शी हैज स्ट्राइक्ड at that time against the barbers, those who saved the heads of the widows। और उन्होंने जब उन पे टॉन्ट किया जाता था कि why you are educating the girls, why are you educating the untouchables, तो उन्होंने एक टॉर्मेंटर्स को स्लैप भी किया था। तो वो कितनी करेजियस थी और ब्रेव थी, तो मुझे लगता है वो किसी भी वीरांगना से कम नहीं थी। तो आई एम ending my conversation and leaving the other speaker to add more points on this.
Ritu, actually, before going to Geetika, so can you also share your own struggle,
Yes.
how you actually led the struggle for getting your thesis corrected or thesis submitted, your MPhil thesis submitted through constitutional mechanism?
Yes.
So it will be inspiring to listen to this your own struggle for your rights. So can you throw some light on it?
Yes, yes. थैंक यू किरण कि मुझे पब्लिक प्लेटफॉर्म पे इस चीज को बोलने का आपने मौका दिया। आई एम वेरी हैप्पी दैट आई गॉट अपॉर्चुनिटी टू स्पीक ऑन दिस। So for the first time I'm speaking on behalf of this on public platform, that कि after 70 years of independence and we got the equal rights, being a women we got the equal rights in the constitution, and but still we are not equal. Being an OBC women, I have to face lots of discrimination in my institution. So I belong to a Paneri or Chaurasia caste of Bihar, which is OBC, EBC in Bihar, extremely backward class of Bihar. So I am the first one in my family who joined Delhi University to study. So when I joined MPhil in Delhi University, so my supervisor belonged to so-called upper caste, and he tortured me like hell. He had not left anything to torture me. So he constantly taunted on my English, he constantly taunted on my writing skills, he taunted on my history knowledge, he taunted on my so many things. And when I took this problem to women professors of my institution, so unfortunately they all are Savarna women, and they have not listened my problems, that what I am going through and why my supervisor is torturing me. They said, being a girl you have to listen all kind of these things, and my supervisor was not allowing me to submit my thesis. but I went to all vice chancellor, HOD, research counselor, head of the research counselor, but no one had addressed my issue. Then I went to the National Commission for Backward Classes, and with their help, they had issued so many letters. They had called for hearing for my submission, and with lots of effort from 1.5 years, finally I submitted my thesis, and recently I have completed my viva also. So this is a brief story of my exploitation and torturers. So what I'm trying to tell that, after 70 years, and after 200 years, when Savitribai Phule was born, still we are not equal, and we are facing the torture, we are facing the discrimination because we are OBCs, we are women. So I'm just saying, the discrimination has not stopped. And what the Savitribai Phule has taught us, that she gave message to us that we are unequal. And this feeling is very important. What I'm seeing in my peer OBC student, that we are not we have not the same feeling what the Phule has felt, that we are unequal and we are still discriminated in the society. So this feeling is very important, who is our enemy and who is our friend, and whom to target and whom to help. Like Savitribai Phule and Jyotirao Phule has a definite goal that they have to do the welfare scheme for the Sri Shudras and Ati Shudras. So here we are not advocating, and here we are not against any kind of what you can say, any kind of caste groups, but we are definitely against the all the social discrimination, because our discrimination is based on the Brahmanical thoughts, on the caste basis. So we should definitely defy that Brahmanical notions and the Brahmanical barriers set up by the upper caste professors in our institution. Among us, many of our the students, and they are the employers, and I hope, more or less, at one point of time, we have to face the discrimination. So by silently, we have to not face all kind of torture. We have to face all these battles. We have to take help from the constitutional measures, what like I have took the help, and we have to not face simply we have to fight all these battles. And our main from this meeting, our main job is to take lessons from Savitribai Phule, that she can be courageous at 200s back. Then why we cannot become courageous at this time? We have all the constitutional measures, we have the all the rights inscribed in the constitution, so we can definitely take inspiration from her. So this is my brief story, and I think we should not whenever we face discrimination on the basis of caste or gender, we should surely not what you can say, हमें कोई भी प्रकार का डिस्क्रिमिनेशन सहना नहीं चाहिए, उसको जरूर फाइट बैक करना चाहिए. और हमारे कुछ लोग सहते हैं, इसके वजह से ही ये ब्राह्मणिकल नोशन, अपर कास्ट का एक्सप्लॉइटेशन हमारे बीच में जारी है. थैंक यू.
Thank you, Ritu. And we'll get back to you after our second speaker.
Yes,
But I will just leave maybe a kind of question or a thought-provoking line that actually women actually faces a kind of double-sided double sword-sided edges. That is, one side patriarchal society, another side the Brahminical oppression on women. So how actually we can fight both the things is actually a historical question for us. But we will again get back to you on this lines, on these thoughts. So and thanks, Ritu. I think it's a very interesting arguments you have brought within a short time. And I don't know whoever said your English is not good, but you have a very crystal clear sound and grammatical English with you. And with that, Maybe you can do wonders in your PhD or in your future. But again, I will get back to you. So our second speaker is from from a northeastern state. She is also our general secretary and one of the founder member for All India OBC Students Association. Apart from Ritu, I forgot to introduce Ritu as one of the founder member. So Geetika is actually, in fact, pursuing her PhD from the Department of Political Science from Assam University, which is again a central university. I request Geetika to actually give her initial talk, and then we can go for interaction. Geetika, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for welcoming me in such, in such a talk of Savitribai Phule. I just want to give my introduction.
Do you actually share your video, or you're comfortable with without
Okay,
video?
off. I should off it. Okay.
No, on it, on
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay. So, am I audible, right, everyone? Okay. So,
You're audible,
thank
but
you.
you're not. Your video is not visible.
Acha, wait. Okay. Can you see? It's clear.
No.
Is it clear now?
No. You are using your cell phone.
Yes.
Okay. You just click on that start video.
Yeah, I'm clicking. It's not
Okay, it's
audible
visible.
still.
Okay, sorry. I am unable to see you. Okay, then. Yeah. You can, yeah.
Okay, nice. So everyone, I'm very thankful for the invitation of the on the birth anniversary of remembrance of the Savitribai Phule. So before starting about this, I just want to give a brief introduction about myself. Everyone, I'm Geetika Khaidem. I'm pursuing my PhD in political science, and my area of study is especially based on Northeast region on inner line permit system in Northeast region. That is my study of area in PhD. I'm in my final year of my PhD. This is how my academic career is. Before starting about this Savitribai Phule, I just want to give an idea about her. Before her, I just want to say my experience over Savitribai Phule. I did my graduation political science honors. I never find her contributions. I never had heard about her name. And being from the Northeast region, we never heard anything about her. Second, in my master also, we don't have her topic in our syllabus. It's all about relevant about like Indian political thought. When we talk about this, we know about Swami Vivekananda. We remember about Nehru. We remember all the Indian political thought, but we never know anything about Savitribai Phule, the feminist of India in a modern society. So we never heard anything about her. So I mean, one of the sir who is from Tamil Nadu who taught us during our masters who was a faculty from IR department. So he during my assignment he gave me one topic on Savitribai Phule, and I was like, sir, who is this? I never heard about this in my life. Then when he told me about this, and I was so surprised that we never got to know such women, such contributions toward our society, such upliftment for the women. And we as a woman who got education, and just because of her, so many women such fight for the women education. So my assignment was from IR international relation, but my sir gave me this topic, and on that way I come to know about Savitribai Phule. This is how my experience from the Northeast, and I think many of these students from Northeast doesn't know anything about her, maybe because of the ignorance in textbook, because we only read from books. That is how we get the source of knowledge. So we never know anything about her. So that is how the historian has been neglected her, and that is how I feel so bad when I saw about this. So I think Ritu also have gave so many introduction about her, and she gave a very good explanation on this. So I just want to add some point on over her. As we all know that Savitribai Phule was the first female teacher, the modern feminist and social reformer in India, and her birth anniversary was on 3rd January 1831. She have been given a lot of contribution on women, Dalit, Adivasi, backward classes and minorities. So today when we remember her, and her contribution will always be remembered for everything that she has done in our society. The upper class Brahminical hegemony always tried to neglect her contribution. However, she challenged the existing Brahminical social structure in three ways. The first that she challenged was the dominance of the Brahminical knowledge base, and the number two, the questioning of the patriarchal system, and by three, the opposition of the dominance of Sanskrit. Then also she was a core supporter and advocate of English education as the important tools for the oppressed. We still feel that English is just a language, but in India, English language is so much important that we have more than 29 states, and each 29 state has a lot of languages which we are unable to learn. So the only way for us is to communicate in English, right? So therefore English education, she found during those time about English educations of the as the most important tools for emancipation of the oppressed classes. She is also been remembered for her contribution as an Indian feminist who defined how one should view women, and her voice of feminism has created a valuable life for women like us who also wanted to fight with the patriarchy system. You know, in our society, when we talk about in the Northeast, we don't have such kind of Brahminical things, but there also exists Brahminical kind of domination, because I belongs to a Hindu family. Therefore, in our family, even not from the Brahmin family, so when even I'm as a Manipuri, I cannot marry a Manipuri Brahmin. That is like you can't cross the barrier, and that exists in even in our society. And also questioning about the patriarchal system. Today, even when we do something, or when we do something rights for the oppressed classes, we always have to take permissions. We always have to fight for the rights. Still, that is given by the constitution, but still we need to fight for the rights, for those rights. And also, those are her modern value of educating women and oppressed for emancipation of women in English language has always destroyed the traditional evil norms and also the custom of widow remarriage. Like even in rural India, probably the widow remarriage is still like a or still like a crime. When we talk about a woman widow who should be remarry, and the entire section of the society, they say that widow remarriage is like a crime. For example, if a male, her wife has been dead, the entire society take the chances for her to look for the bride to take care of the family. But the same when it comes to women, then it's totally against the rule of the woman. Therefore, even in my class, when I talk to my student about this issue, and they feel like this is really the important topic, still we need to fight for women remarriage. Still in rural India we need to fight for such things, for such kind of barrier that woman has to face, yeah, in the way of our character or in the way of our way. Still this kind of domination that prevail in India, and still we are fighting for this, and we need to fight for every woman to achieve her rights. Also, intercaste marriage was also one of the thing that we still exist in India. No matter how much we fight, it still exists, and we will fight for that. And also remembering her contribution on intercaste marriage and opening of this one wells for the Dalit also is very important. So far I feel about this. And you know as Ritu explained a lot about how she faces OBC kind of thing in her academic career, I am very thankful and fortunate that such things have never exist in our society. But I feel bad because such thing has to be here today in our society. When I heard about her, I felt so bad, and it's feel like how such people can do such things to when women wants to take education. Why such woman has to face such kind of barrier, that obstacles or such kind of tantrum that has been thrown to her. This is still we feel, after hearing us, still we feel that such discrimination still exists in India, no matter how much we fight. and we need to fight for every particular person that faced and that goes through in this way. Therefore, today, as we remember the celebration of the birth anniversary of the Savitribai Phule, I just take an initiative to declare as a National Teachers' Day by including Phule history in school textbook. Also, in every school syllabus, in masters or graduation, any honors, we need to know about her social revolution, about women empowerment, or also inspiration for the, gender equality. We really need to know about her, especially for the people of Northeast. Many people, they don't know about her contribution and her work for women's rights in India. Therefore, to conclude, I just want to say that every woman in India has to be very much thankful for her, for her rights and for her fight for the woman, for the women movement in India, and for her contribution to the, women educations, for the opening up women's school for the oppressed classes. Therefore, we shall always remember her work in glory. And I request every this AIOBC, also everyone, to let's fight for her to make her work to put in the school textbook. We should request that her contribution should never be ignored, because that's an important part in our life. And today, even when I think about my education, how I got education, and I remember all those feminist women, all those women who have fight for in India for the right of the women, should be celebrated in much more than others that have done for us. Therefore, to conclude this, I must say that I am very much thankful to AIOBC for giving me chance to talk about her, and also I'm very much thankful to Kiran for his work toward OBC and fights and movement. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Geetika.